About the forecast because after a couple weeks of kind of roller coaster weather, we are starting to.
Oh, you mean
see
the extreme heat and then the heavy downpours?
We love that part. Yeah, that was
we
great.
can't decide what we want on the Central Coast.
Well, lucky for you, we're going to flip-flop back to the heat. So let's take a look at our forecast because the warm-up is starting today, but when we'll see the peak heat is going to happen between Sunday and Tuesday. So that warming trend, you can start to feel it, will be in the 80s for a lot of our areas today. The interiors, when we're doing that peak heat Sunday to Tuesday, you'll see near triple digits. The temperatures right now a little bit chillier, so if you are just waking up to get to work or to school, you're going to want to have some layers. Paso in the mid to low 50s, but San Luis Obispo is closing in on 70 degrees. We're relatively clear right now, but if we zoom in, there are just a couple of pockets of denser fog. So if you are in the area of Santa Barbara County going down that 101, be careful when you're headed to work. There is just a little bit of fog early this morning. Now the commuter forecast, your beach, coast, and inland areas, cooler in the morning, but relatively clear throughout the whole day. By afternoon, you'll be in the lower 60s by the beach, the coast pushing into the 80s. And inland, a little bit farther behind in those mid 70s. The evening time, we're holding pretty steady with those daytime highs, but the interior valleys are something I want to take a look at because that heat index over the next couple of days, you can start to see getting higher and higher Sunday into Tuesday. Remember, that's when I said we'll see that peak heat. We're in the 90s for those interiors, so not quite to the triple digits, but getting close. So something to just get back on track with, going from your rain jacket to now breaking out the shorts once again. Your area forecast today, we will push up from those mid 50s into the 80s for Paso, San Luis Obispo, Santa Maria, Lompoc, and Santa Barbara, all seeing the 80s. On the north coast, we're a little bit cooler, but we're still warmer. You can see almost 70s across the board. Avila in the 80s. And then heading down to the 5 cities, you will see upper 70s in Pismo, low 70s in Los Osos and Guadalupe at 81. So you're already starting to feel the heat turn up. Solvang pushing almost 90, San Ynez upper 80s, and Los Alamos 86. That 7-day forecast, let's just take a look at the heat. So as we head into the weekend, getting into the 90s, we've got 90s through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for Paso. San Luis Obispo, a little bit cooler. We'll be in those low to mid 80s at the peak. And then in Santa Maria and Santa Barbara, we're usually cooler in these areas, but you can tell in Santa Barbara, we are getting a tad bit warmer as well. And clear skies will be dominating. So it's going to be a nice sunny 7-day forecast in those mid 80s if you're down on the south coast. That's it for weather right now, but I'll have more coming up in just a little bit. Back to you guys.
All right, Taylor.